The WJZ First Alert Weather Team brings you a special hurricane event, what the 2023 season will bring, and how you can prepare. The WJZ First Alert Hurricane Season Special starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on WJZ and CBS News Baltimore for this First Alert Weather Hurricane Season Special. I'm Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley. The 2023 hurricane season is officially here, and over the next half hour, we're going to preview what to expect this season, how climate change could affect the storms that we see, the history of hurricanes in Maryland, and how to make sure that you and your family have everything you need to be prepared before a storm hits. Let's begin first here in the First Alert Weather Center to talk a little bit about the forecast for the upcoming season and the reasoning behind it. First, here are the names for the upcoming hurricane season, starting with Arlene and Brett and ending with Tammy, Vince, and Whitney. Now, keep in mind that Harold, Idalia, Margot, and Nigel are new to the list, as the names Harvey, Irma, Maria, and Nate were retired after the 2017 hurricane season. Now, storm names are retired if they're considered historic due to their intensity or the massive destruction and loss of life they may cause. Tropical activity typically begins in late May and early June. The season actually officially begins on June 1st and gradually increases as the waters of the tropical Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico continue to warm throughout the summer. The peak of the season typically occurs right around the second week of September before decreasing through the late fall. The season officially ends on November 30th. Now, forecasters are expecting a slightly below average season or average season this year, with around 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes of Category 3 or higher strength. Now, the primary reason for this is the development of El Nino, which historically leads to the development of fewer storms in the tropical Atlantic. Now, typically what happens during an El Nino year is that we get the warmer waters in the equatorial Pacific, and this leads to changes in the upper level weather pattern, including during El Nino years when we see sinking air over the Atlantic basin and rising air over the Pacific. That typically leads to more tropical activity over the Pacific basin. And strong upper level winds, known as wind shear, tend to rip the storms apart before they can fully develop. Well, of course, we'll follow each storm as the season goes on this year, and we'll keep you updated with each one that does happen to approach the U.S. Coming up, we're taking a closer look at climate change and hurricanes. Does changing climate have an impact on these storms? First Alert meteorologist Steve Sosna will explain coming up next.
The WJZ First Alert Hurricane Season Special will be right back.